Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem El Shai by Hashem Brakar Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, to the confusion of faith joined unto our ranks, to the hopefully elect, the Akwaf, the few of them that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. Once again, I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders who through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Hawashai taught us all this truth. Okay? And I'm going to start with Matthew 10 and 26. And it reads, "Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be made known." And Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is being exposed on every level imaginable. All his wickedness, all his cruelty, the things that are going on, the distraction with R. Kelly to take the, anytime anything happens with Edomite men, they have to reverse it and make someone else the fall guy, the bad guy, especially using Jacob and especially using the Southern Kingdom. Bill Cosby was another one. There are much worse things that have been done in society at the hands of so-called white men than what Bill Cosby done, but yet they sensationalize things by using their media, which is total witchcraft, and now they're doing it to R. Kelly, right? Meanwhile, you got people who, I had a client of mine who got avid about me mentioning the pedophile thing and how it was just so ridiculous and blah blah blah. Now all the evidence is coming out that this Pizzagate thing was real. Because she's like, I refuse to believe that there was a pizza parlor. And I'm just thinking to myself how stupid this woman is. Because she's not listening. And she has no idea what she's talking about. All right? And just being one-sided and one-minded. And a hater of Trump. And it's not like I love Trump, but on the flip side I do. Because Trump is helping to speed up the prophecies which is going to set things in motion to make my people free. But, rather than me continue the monologue, I'm just going to play this video and let you hear of the wickedness that's being brought forth. And Trump is being instrumental in doing so. All right? And this whole thing with the government shutdown is distraction for other things. There are other reasons why this government shutdown is happening, but it is definitely affecting almost every facet of the mechanics of the thing that is American democracy is shutting down. All right. And in the meantime, high level people are being revealed for their sins and their wickedness in the midst of this government shutdown. So without any further ado, let's let it play. This is a pre-planned, prolonged U.S. government shutdown by Hedgehog.
Threats by President Trump regarding the partial federal government shutdown now in its third week. The president now says he's willing to let the shutdown last for months or even years.
We told the president we needed the government open. He resisted. In fact, he said he'd keep the government closed for a very long period of time, months or even years.
Major, go ahead. Sure.
Mr. President, Senator Schumer came out and said that the meeting from his point of view and Speaker Pelosi's was contentious. He also said, you said in the meeting, this is him quoting you, I just want to check, that the shutdown could go on for months or even a year or longer. Did you say that? And
I did. I did.
Is that your assessment of where we are?
Absolutely, I said that. I don't call it a shutdown. I call it doing what you have to do.
President Trump said that may mean keeping the government closed for months or even years.
If we have to stay out for a very long period of time, we're going to do that.
Because this guy thinks that in his mind he really can't fix this place. And he's trying to do that. But the damage is too far gone. All right, this is Isaiah 24 and 5. It says, "The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. All right, so they've broken the covenant, they've changed the laws, and they've changed the ordinance of the heavens with the laws which were sent down to man from the heavens, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, and given unto man. And they've changed that, and that's why the earth is not rendering its strength, and the earth is failing under them, because there's scriptures that said that the earth won't give its strength to Esau anyway. All right, so the water, the air, the food, the way of life, even the way of traditional families are being destroyed. LBGT is being pushed, you know, homosexuality, lesbianism, whorism, you know, child pedophilia, which the president is going to allude to let you know. All these things are happening, and these same people that hate Trump, they hate order, and they hate the way of the laws of the Bible, which is why American society is openly against everything that's in the Bible, even though they claim to be Christians. Okay, like I said, with the distraction of R. Kelly, the Bible says that a woman is ready for sex once she passes the flower of her age, and that's usually somewhere between 13, 14, and 15. It's usually around the times when that happens. Average age is probably 13, 14. All right, because when you go back into, as a matter of fact, show you how hypocritical they are, is that they claim to be that the Grecian society is the father of modern day democracy, so and so, and et cetera, et cetera. That's what was happening in the Grecian society. They were marrying the women off, all right, at 14, 15, 13 years old. That was happening in Grecian society and all ancient societies. Why? Because they had passed the flower of their age, which made them women. Point blank, period. All right. Mary was about 14 years old, and Joseph was well into his 20s, his upper 20s at that. He was damn near 30. Okay. And that's all a distraction to distract away from things, important matters that actually matter. Now, am I saying that you should do that in this society? No, they've turned everything upside down. But what I'm saying is that biblically, according to the Bible, that's okay.
He dug in on demands for his key campaign promise and insisted for the first time that he won't let Congress be the barrier to building a wall.
I may do it, but we can call a national emergency and build it very quickly.
A national emergency would let the president tap Pentagon funds to begin wall construction without congressional approval.
The president also suggested he could build the wall without congressional approval by declaring a national emergency.
The president also said if Democrats in Congress don't give him $5.6 billion for construction of a border wall, he could use emergency powers to divert Pentagon funds for that purpose.
We can call a national emergency because of the security of our country. Absolutely. No, we can do it. I haven't done it. I may do it. I may do it.
Even as hundreds of thousands.
And what that means is that martial law is at hand. All right, because according to the information that's come out, he's already done it. So that's how you know that things aren't going to get better. The EBT is going to be gone. SNAP is going to be gone. I think that HUD is not renewing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, HUD has got something to do with all the people who on Section 8, and none of those contracts were renewed. So a lot of people in less than 2 weeks are going to be without food and going to be without a place to stay. All right. Process, and then that means the people who own these properties won't be able to pay their mortgages, and that also means that, you know, the stores won't be making sales of products, goods, and services, and the already damaged and hurt trucking industry is not going to have anything to deliver. This is going to really hurt America as a whole, big time, and you will see riots in the streets. All right, with all these people that depend on aid and that sort of thing to supplement to their income and et cetera, et cetera. And contrary to popular belief, the majority of people that are actually on welfare are so-called Caucasians. That's a fact. You can Google it and look it up, but you'd never know that when you're looking at television, because or different commercials and things of that nature, because on the mainstream media and in social media, they're always projecting that as so-called melanated people, especially those of the Southern Kingdom. Okay? But let's keep going.
The federal workers fret about missing their next paycheck. Mr. Trump's cabinet secretaries, Vice President Pence, and other senior administration officials are due to receive a roughly $10,000 raise starting tomorrow because of a quirk in the law.
I heard you use the word crisis. I heard you use the word emergency, citing this Post piece. So is this a signal that the president will declare one at some point, perhaps this week?
Well, as he has said, it's something that he's looking at and considering.
I may declare a national emergency dependent on what's going to happen over the next few days.
Right, and on that point, so every year the government pays out billions in tax refunds. What will a delay in returns mean for the greater economy without that money in circulation?
Yeah, I mean, it's $140 billion in February. It's with a B, okay?
Right.
And that's a tremendous amount of money. That could single-handedly, push the country towards a recession if that money is not put into the economy. A lot of people get their tax refunds and go immediately spend it on something, or they pay down their credit card. This money gets pumped.
So that's another thing, man. I think if I heard correctly, 90% of the IRS, 90% of its people are going to be laid off or something, some ridiculously high number to that effect. All right. Whatever percentage it is, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt the people, because most people depend on their tax refunds, and tax refunds are going to be extremely delayed if they even come at all. All right. I'm going to be forced to cut this video short because my battery on the phone is about to die. So I'm going to definitely have to do a part 2 or 3, because this information in this video must needs to come out. All right. So I'm going to get one more scripture. And then I'm going to shut it down into part 2 and 3. This is more than likely will be a 3-part series. But this is Luke 8 and that's 9. Slovakia. Luke 8 and 17. And it reads, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be be known and come abroad." So all this wickedness that's being done, which this wall is a shelter to, they're making the focus the wall. All right, a lot of things are being exposed as a result of it. All right, such as pedophilia and sex trafficking and things of that nature, which is being done at the border, and the president kind of lets that cat out the bag and said that the sex trafficking and the child trafficking is going in both directions. So that means there's sex trafficking coming out of America and coming into America. And what we weren't aware of, the reason why a lot of those people were being separated from their children at the border, was for that. They could have just told the people that out the gate. All right. But yeah, a lot of these people were traveling with children that were not their own, and the public wasn't informed of that. When they were separating these parents from their children, or these adults from their children, a lot of these children were being sold, man. And a lot of these women were being sold into to sexual slavery. So with that, I hope this was an enlightening lesson. And until the next one, call halal Yahweh Bashem Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal.